Peace, peace, YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of the new segment on my revamping of my YouTube channel, Relationship Tea with Coach V. I am your host, Coach V. I am a certified mindfulness coach with a concentration in relationship coaching, mindful relationship coaching. I'm an author, I'm a speaker, and I'm also the creator of the Mental Health is Sexy brand. I created and trademarked that brand in an effort to make the attainment and the sustainment of mental health something that's alluring, attractive, and desirable. So you will see on my video over my YouTube channel, over 100 videos where I'm talking about mental health awareness, alternative therapies, sharing a bit of my story and history and experience with manic depression, etc., etc. But this right here, this is the new drip on my channel. The Relationship Tea with Coach V puts you in the mind of the female Kevin Samuels, respectfully. If you have not viewed the video right before this, where I formally introduce myself, talk about why I'm creating this segment on my channel, and if you really want to know, do I rock with Kevin Samuels or am I a hater? Go check out that video. I explain everything in detail. I think the video is only like 11 or 12 minutes, so it's not very long. Um, but I want you to go check that out and let me know what you think. So, one of the things, if you are a fan, even if you're not a fan, one of the things you do know about Kevin Samuels and his platform is that he talks about high value men, right? He goes live with these women who call in, and he's very direct with them. A lot of them can't handle it though. I'm just saying, if you watch any of his videos on YouTube or you catch him on a live, you already know how he's coming at you. So why get on his channel with big D energy and an ego and be in a space of being offended? Like, that never makes sense to me. It never makes sense to me. Sometimes people have a problem with separating the message from the messenger. And I'm saying that to say, even though I don't always agree with Kevin Samuels' delivery, he be on point. I mean, and that's me saying that as a black woman. That's me saying that as a black woman over 40. Like, he's on point. It's just that, again, sometimes people can't check their ego or separate the message from the messenger. With that being said, I want to dedicate this video to talking about high value men and what I perceive a lot of Kevin Samuels' message to be. And then I want to add to, as the creator of Mental Health is Sexy brand, I want to add to his interpretation, or what I perceive to be his interpretation, what major thing or major characteristic that I believe makes a man high value. Now, as I stated in the last video, as the videos keep progressing, we're going to talk about black men and the need for them to heal their trauma, and that when they choose not to heal their trauma, whether it's from childhood or adulthood, that it has a negative impact on relationships. And a lot of times they can't value and appreciate the queen that's placed before them. So we're going to get into a little bit about that and why I'm talking about that and why I am filming in a hotel later on in subsequent videos. So just continue to rock with me. Continue to listen to the videos, hit like, share them, subscribe to my channel, comment below. Let me know if you're rocking with me. Let me know if you have a particular question related to relationships that you would like for me to answer. And eventually, as I grow, I would love to directly speak with black men. Now, as I'm stating in every video, I'm going to do my best to be respectful as long as the guest allows me to be respectful. Because, again, I don't know why these women call or dial into Kevin Samuels live, with an attitude, knowing he gives zero you know what. Like, I just don't get it. You can't address somebody on their platform and have the wrong energy. Or you can do it, but then you go get checked by somebody like Kevin Samuels. So, as I progress on and start talking to black men, um, live or recording an interview and uploading it, I'm going to do my best to be respectful out the gate. However, I'm going to make it very clear that this ain't that. That don't think because you come with masculine energy and I'm presenting feminine energy that I can't dig into my Kevin Samuels bag and give you some of that masculine energy back. That's not my intent, though. I'm just letting you know that it can get that way. Thus, I'm calling myself the female Kevin Samuels, respectively. So, with all that being said, let's get into the content. So, high value men. A lot of what I gather from, I'm gonna call him Unc because I don't know his age, but I know my age, and I'm assuming he's older than me. So I'm gonna call him Unc, right? So a lot of what Unc says is represents a high value man. A lot of his videos talk about or talk to women about the man's status, the social status, the financial status, the physical status, like, how he look, how he carries himself, how he dresses. I do understand that, I don't know if he currently is, but in the past, I believe I've heard information that Kevin Samuels was a fashion consultant. So I know he's big into appearance and quality, and so that's one of the things that I understand that he also adds into the branding of a high value man. Now, I'm gonna tell you this: I love the fact that a lot of the videos I've seen Kevin do, he's in a suit, or just he just looks real dapper. Like he just looks well put together. His posture is sitting up straight. He just looks really, really put together, and I like that. However, y'all might get me with lashes one day. I might not have the lashes. I might have makeup on. I might not. Because I just want to make sure that I am relatable to everyone. But then also, I don't want to get on here looking like I just got out of bed either, right? I'm looking to this to be something. I'm looking for this particular segment of my YouTube channel to be the thing that catapults my message to the masses. Again, I'll get into details about the crux even deeper about why I started this segment. But that'll be for later videos. So please subscribe to my channel. Make sure you rock with me. Hit the like button. Share this with a friend. Tell the black men in your life to come holla. And let's get this going. So again, I've already shared the things that I perceive, that I understand for Kevin Samuels to talk about when he's talking about a high value man. And when he's cutting these ladies down, I mean, it's been trending, right? So we know that when he cut these women down, he's talking about how they rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10. He's talking about their height and their weight, the proportion with that. He's talking about if they have children or not. He's talking about career choices, education levels. And I've seen some videos where he would just tell sis to her face like you were 4 at best. And it's like, oh! So again, I'm the female Kevin Samuels, respectfully. I'm really not interested in delving into the area of rating men or asking them their height and weight ratio. I'm more so coming from the space of the mental, emotional, and spiritual health, right? Maybe someone else will create a channel that comes from the physical and financial and stuff standpoint. I'm concentrating mental, emotional, and spiritual. With that being said, I think that the biggest opportunity that's being missed when someone with a platform like Kevin Samuels is talking about high value men is to dig deeper and to hone in on that man's mental, emotional, and spiritual health. You can have the fat bank account, the amazing credit score, your height and weight proportions, and your BMI index could be in the healthy range according to society. Your teeth can be all put together and white and pearly and straight. Your hairline could be on point. The car you drive could be amazing. You could be educated, whether it's academically or street. Like, I get all of that. However, that mental, emotional, and spiritual piece has to be just as important. One of the things I describe when I'm out sharing about my brand, the Mental Health is Sexy brand, is that I created this brand with the intent of making the attainment, so reaching that plateau, and then sustaining it. So with making the attainment and the sustainment of mental health something that's alluring, attractive, and desirable. Because everybody has mental health, just like everybody has physical health. It's just that there's such an emphasis placed on physical health that people talk about nutrition and exercise and drinking water and plant-based diets and not consuming alcohol and doing cardio. They talk about all of these things to attain a particular physical appearance and then the things that you do to sustain that appearance. However, when we talk about mental, emotional, and spiritual health, it gets kicked to the wayside. So to me, a high value man may have all the things that Unc Kevin Samuels is pushing and promoting. I'm just going to add to that mental, emotional, and spiritual piece gotta be on point. Because there's so many black men moving about in these streets that look good on paper. Got the house, the car, the boat, the timeshares, the frequent flyer miles, the credit score, the bank account, the cash stash at the crib, the businesses, or they're running someone else's business with a high title, CEO, CFO, president, VP, and they mentally and emotionally and spiritually are ugly. They are low value men. And it's because they have not done the work to heal from childhood trauma. They have not done the work to heal from relationship trauma. They have not done the work to heal from adult related trauma. They have not done the work from their dad abandoning them as a youth and then they were forced to be the man of the house. They've not done their work. So when you get past their paper resume and you really get to know them and you fall in love with them and you really like, okay, I can see myself and we can have babies and we can do boom, 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 then you run into the first argument and you get to see and feel like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Because they lack self-control. Whether it's of their tone, their physicality, of the words that they say, or if they interpret something as being negative or an attack upon them, they so juiced up that they cannot receive from you a proper explanation of something that you said. And don't you think you know better than anybody what you meant when you said a particular thing? But when you're dealing with a man, and I'm specifically talking about a black man who has not healed from his trauma, whatever idea he takes from what you said, that's what it is, point blank and period. Whether you tell him he's wrong, whether you tell him, baby, listen, whether you tell him, okay, let's cool off and talk about this later, if they've made their mind up that you was being negative or coming at them or demeaning to them, they've made their mind up. And then because they lack the self-control in their speech and their behavior and their delivery and sometimes their physicality, then that's when you have mental, emotional, and physical abuse kick in. So I'm just saying, all the things that Aunt Kevin Samuels is talking about as a high value man, and all the things that you women write on your checklist to say, oh, this is what I want my dream soulmate to have, or this is what I want my dream husband to have, and boom, 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 boom. I challenge you to, at the top of that list, be sure to add great mental, emotional, and spiritual health. And when I say spiritual, I'm not just talking about religion. So we'll talk about that in another video, but I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about spirituality. I'm talking about connecting with everyone, connecting with the universe, connecting with nature, listening to that higher voice, your gut feeling, that inner self. That's what I'm talking about. So the things that Kevin Samuels talk about represents or characteristics of a high value man, salute. I'm just saying, add in that top 3 list, what does that man do to support his mental health, to support his emotional health, and to support his spiritual health? And I mean it in that order: mental, emotional, and spiritual. What does he do for that? How does he respond when he has a bad day? How does he respond if certain expectations of his aren't met within a relationship? Has he healed from his past relationships? What's the conversation he has about his childhood? Does he believe in going to get help? Whether it's a counselor, a therapist, a spiritual leader, does he believe in that? Does he actively pursue those things like he pursues that credit score or that slingshot or that Mercedes or that six-pack? Does he actively pursue and support his mental, emotional, and spiritual health just like he makes sure his beard taken care of and oiled up? So that's it for this video. I just wanted to explain that, but I wanted to add to the idea, the concept of being a high value man. Because you can look around, whether you look into the celebrity world or you look at the people around you or your family, there's plenty of people with money. There's plenty of people with fame, popularity, plenty of people with access and connections and who know the right people, but they depressed, they're bipolar, they have depression, let me speak correctly. They experience anxiety, they have temper tantrums, they can't control their emotions, they're violent, physically or verbally, they're abusive, physically and or verbally, they revert back to children because they have not developed healthy, adult, mature coping mechanisms when things happen. So let me know what you think in the comments about my addition to what a high value man looks like. Like this video, share it, and subscribe to my channel if you feel so inclined. I will be back with another video, and we just going in. We just getting started. So make sure you support me in my endeavor. And like I said, if you have any questions or comments or a specific topic you want me to talk about regarding relationships and being mindful, let me know in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you. Be blessed.